This part two. Now you know, so you capitalize from being known with your first food truck, and you get another food truck, and you put that in a different part of town. Now, sometimes capitalizing can backfire if you get greedy. You want to just take it slow. Don't open too many. Just keep your couple. Put your money up. Manage your money right. And move on. Figure out how many of these can you have with, and make a profit. And sometimes you might have to cut your losses. It just happens. It happens. People have to cut their losses sometimes. That's part of the game. But what I'm saying is, you have to learn how to capitalize. Now, the rich have mastered this. The 1%, even though it's a lot of doo-doo in the game, and they intentionally do certain things to make it harder for the other 99% of us, it's still not impossible. Which the next thing is, most Americans just don't believe in themselves. They're too negative. They're too negative. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe they can make it. And go back to some of the things I was saying on part one. They don't believe they can make it out here. So they want to put a gun in somebody's face. Set somebody up. Like, now you making money. You got to be around other people that's making more money than you, or the same, or close to it, that ain't gonna try to set you up, ain't gonna rob you, ain't jealous of you. All of these things matter. Americans are jealous. They haters. They haters. All these things I'm mentioning is like I said in first one, a little loving it the whole lot. A little more, if it's not cut out, it's gonna grow, and it's gonna take over the area that it grows in. So Americans are racist. They think the color of your skin is different. It matters. That's dumb as I don't know what, man. Like, and I'm glad I realized that. Because white people are the majority. They are. And a lot of times they be in positions where they can positively or negatively affect what's going on in the United States. You can't make excuses for crime, but some of this comes from what I call the 50-50 effect. The people in power are 50% at fault with all the negativity and crime and everything that we see in society. You a shadow. You can't even say the 5-letter C word without getting your videos removed. But yet, it's rappers, it's people all over YouTube talking about killing, and all the horror movies on YouTube, all of this stuff. And hey, listen, we've learned to. I'm hypocritical in some ways too, because I watch horror movies. I ain't gonna go do it, but I watch it. Like, I'm a writer, so I look at storylines and plots. I do. But this is a problem. Money, remember, cream is the dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. The whole song was a stick line by Wu-Tang. Method Man, cash rules everything around me. So when people see people getting that money like gangster rappers, rock stars. And most of these guys, they want to get the girl. Sex is fun. So they're going to try to emulate the rappers, the rock stars. That's why I like jazz and 80s music. Don't get me wrong. I'll listen to a little bit of that. But mostly I like jazz and 80s music. Especially jazz. Like when I'm by myself, ain't nothing like listen to some good jazz. Cause jazz is so mellow and chill. Like it's like you sitting there, no drama, none of that. Like I would encourage some of y'all, if you got a toxic job, when you off, man, get you whatever you if you want a cigar. That's another thing. People try to be your God in the United States. If whatever they against, they want to twist the scriptures to suit it. You can't do that on me because I know how to tap into the Most High and learn anything I need to learn. So that stuff don't work on me. If a person want to smoke a cigar, they got that right. They ain't breaking the 10 Commandments or nothing. Sin is not taken into account when there is no law. What law says a guy can't have a tequila? And I'm going to show you another mistake. A lot of Americans try to be smart where they're dumb. And dumb where they're smart. What do I mean by this? Stuff they know they shouldn't be doing, they'll do it. Stuff they shouldn't be doing, or stuff they should be doing, they won't do it. A woman can have a man that cares about her, loves her, everything. But if she don't know how to control them whorish desires that she got, she's gonna slowly do what they do. And it happened in the Garden of Eden. She's gonna try to justify her desire to bust everything up and destroy everything. If you a guy, let's say you married, and your wife want to suck you off. That's what she like doing. And you don't care if she suck you off, but you prefer this move right here. If she doesn't like what you prefer, it's gonna creep up. She gonna become curious, and she gonna want to experiment with other men. And her desire to experiment with other men in her mind is gonna slowly be an unraveling of your marriage, of your relationship. And in her mind, it's gonna be you, but it's really her. She want to suck dudes off. She want dudes to tell her how cute she is. She want dudes in her face. She want dudes trying to holler at her. Oh, you so this, you so that, you so chocolate, you so light skinned. I love this about you. I love that about you. And then, like Tia Mowry, when she see that it's not better, she's either gonna try to destroy you in court, or she gonna try to come back. Don't take them back. Don't take them back. You gotta have more dignity than that. If she thought you was the worst person and wanted to leave you alone, let her stand on her decision. Corey and whoever else. So, Americans, modern Americans, are racist. It's black people. Like I told somebody, it's black people that, and they're manipulators too, but we're going to get to that in a second. So they're racist. It's some truth to the police brutality thing. But here's how it really is. Black people is using that because they want to commit crimes, and others, not just black, others too. So they use that because they brainwashed into thinking that they got to be a thug, and this the way they need to do things, this the way they need to live. And the police is trying to stop it all. So they want to label like all of them as being bad. On the flip side, some of them police are racist. When they see these guys, they automatically think that they all are on dirt. And sometimes, like, you ain't even got to be one of these guys. You ain't even got to look like them, dress like them. If you got this color right here, they going to try to figure out a reason to pull you over. That's why I have all your signals. Make sure your brake lights work. Make sure, because right now, I've been lollygagging. I need to go on over there and throw that in there. Because here's what I noticed. Like, every time I get off of work, I see police officers, they try to jump behind me. And I know what they doing. They trying to see if any of my lights is out so they can pull me over. So I stay in that lane where they won't know. I do it every night. They be over there every night. They jump behind me every night. Am I going to say, oh, I hate police officers, I hate them all? No, of course. I'm too smart for that. Some of them have positive reasons for doing their job. Others are indeed racist. And it's not just white guy. It be other races that don't like us either. And it be, we don't like some of them. Because the American society is divided in races. And instead of coming together, just for the sake of coming together, it takes something like 9/11 for us to come together. And that didn't even last. Shifted the whole magnetic field with all of our prayers. And people just downplay that. Brush it off. So they racist. They're racist. Let's see. I forgot what else I said, but I got more. I definitely got more. So we talked about the political aspect of Americans. We talked about the criminal element. Guys think they gotta sell drugs to have money, and then people come from all other parts of the world and have more money than them without selling drugs. It's that weak-minded survival mentality. That's what it is. In this country, you still, if you open the right thing, do the right thing, cater to your talents, you still can make a lot of money. Now, it might be some people trying to undermine this country behind the scenes from within. But currently, today, you still can make it without crime and mischief. Americans just don't know how to treat each other. People just be trying to come to work, get some money, get things they like. And if they don't like you, I talked about weak-minded. Next thing I want to mention is a lot of Americans are narrow-minded. They don't like the way you wear your hair. They don't like the way you dress. They don't like your cologne. They don't like your personality. Maybe you're more quiet and they like people that's more loud. Maybe you're more loud and they like people that's more quiet. They will develop a vendetta against you. And you just trying to come to work. They'll talk behind your back, push your buttons, Then when they finally push that right button and you snap on them, Americans, the next thing, love to play the victim. They pushed your buttons for months, even years. And when you finally snap on them, just like it was a guy that did something that he shouldn't have did in one of the beer plants. But I know somebody that worked there, they said he was a good guy and they were messing with him. They was picking with him. And so what happened was they knew he had money. Somehow they got wind of he had 2 safes full of money. And, he put up with their mess. He said, you know what? I ain't got to deal with him no more. I'm finna retire, so on and so forth. You can't tell these people all your plans because they were picking with him the whole time. And they came up with a weak reason to fire him right before he was finna retire. And he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. So the news comes out and they want to paint this guy as a bad guy when people who knew him and didn't have a problem with him say he wasn't a bad guy. He was a good guy. And one of the people that told me this is not a liar at all. Has a very good judgment and assessment of things. So I'm like, man, that is messed up. These people is horrible. So yeah, he gonna give account when he stand before God, but they gonna give account for messing with him like that too. You know why? Because the Most High is just. He gonna look at every aspect of situation. If somebody got killed, somebody died, he gonna look at their works, but he gonna look at the other people involved too. And if y'all don't read the book of Enoch, trust me, it's 10 levels to this. It's 10 levels. You got these levels. It's 10 levels to heaven. Why you think I'm gonna talk about this tomorrow. But why you think the Lazarus and the rich man could see into heaven? We're gonna talk about it tomorrow though. Sunday sermon. We're gonna go deep. You can't take it, you just can't take it. You just can't take it. And real soon, I'm gonna be starting when I move, which is gonna be soon. I'm gonna start my ministry. I'm not gonna be one of them churches in church every day, but we gonna have our curriculum. We gonna have our program. It's coming, so just stay tuned. Stay tuned. And I got a couple guys that's with me. Got a couple guys that's with me. The work finna be done, some of it. So they narrow-minded. They don't know how to be fair with people that are different and look different than them. Every day I hear insults on my hair. The main reason is because it's different. If I cut, I'm going to show you how people is. If I cut my hair, they'll be talking about the shape of my head, or they'll be talking about if it's thin anywhere. That's why you do what you want to do. You don't cater to these people, because these people gonna always find something to criticize you over. And I'm the type, I ain't gonna sit back and just let you just keep doing that. Eventually, I'm gonna get on you. So even if I didn't wear my hair like this, they'll still have something to say. Especially criminals. Y'all know I work in the jail. A lot of them dudes ain't worth a damn. They're horrible. Some of them just made mistakes and they not that bad. But a lot of them, they can't see how they supposed to see things. They think that if a CO tells them, hey man, I need you to sit down, because it's reason why the rules are in play. It's so many reasons. What if a gunman comes and you loud? That's why they say we need to keep the noise level down. So if a tornado rips through town or a gunman comes in the building, you want to be able to hear. But they'll take that as you trying to, and some of them, they be institutionalized sometimes. So they'll take that as I'm a grown man. Come on, man. If you're a grown man, then you should understand that the situation, circumstance led to you being in this circumstance where you got to follow the rules of others. And truth be told, they don't respect the COs that give them their way. They just want their way. So they don't they just like it's police officers that ain't never brutalized nobody. They don't like them because they're police officers. Y'all see what I'm saying? So they narrow-minded. And because Americans are weak-minded, narrow-minded, all these things that I mentioned in these two parts, this is why you have to learn how to love yourself. Learn how to be alone. You'll stay out of trouble. Learn how to be around people that are peaceful, are peaceful-minded. Instead of people with, which is the next thing, Americans have behavior issues. They got behavior issues. And the meds, a lot of time, don't help matters. They got behavior issues. You can't go punching and shooting at everybody you have a disagreement with. Knowing when and how to ignore others is a positive behavior characteristic. But going back to what I said, Americans thrive on misery. So you can't get a new wife. You can't get a new job. You got to stay with that thing that you chose, even if it's not getting you nowhere, even if it's negative, even if it's creating toxicity in your body. If you leave her, you're a deadbeat, even though she don't want you, even though she's not having sex with you. You're a deadbeat if you leave her, according to a lot of these Americans. Even though there's a lot of women out there that would respect you, would drop them drawers for you. Not just do this. Some women will cook for you, but they won't have sex with you. Have sex with you, but they won't cook for you. So you supposed to stay and minimize yourself as a man instead of trying to get as much as you can from the woman you with. And because she give you as much as she can, you give her as much as you can. But no, that ain't how it work in America. In America, stay with her even though she's acting like a rival, or you're a deadbeat. Narrow-minded, weak-minded, hypocritical. So you mean to tell me and others that because I married somebody or they married somebody that was different, when the change becomes too great to muster, did I gotta just stick to that? They gotta stick to that? No. Because people, again, can be alone. You a deadbeat, he did that. You a dummy. You could listen, man. I'm gonna tell you how a lot of these people think. You could been and took for care of somebody for years. Years and years. They changed their mind about you for whatever reason. And people still will call you a deadbeat. And another thing Americans do, too easy on women. Women, a lot of people, and I know it's the devil behind it, because the devil is XX. They do wrong. They say things that's wrong. They do things that's wrong. Look, man, P. Diddy was wrong for what he did. But it's wrong to use people too. She could have been, how are we just hearing about this? But blind eye, woman, blind eye, turn a blind eye. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Brainwashed us in elementary. Kevin Porter, so you telling me he was wrong? You got to learn how to keep your hands off of them in that way. Jonathan Majors was wrong. P. Diddy was wrong. But you telling me that none of the antics and methods of those women were wrong? Nothing they did was wrong? They were completely innocent. Come on, man. It takes two to tango. Some of these women want you to do that stuff to them during sex. Because they're crazy. It don't take all of that for somebody to be aroused unless something is wrong with them. But this is American life, y'all. That's why I like the warmth from the sun. I'm going to be going fishing. I'm finna go to the movies. I'm going to enjoy, sometimes enjoying your life. You ain't going to enjoy your life unless you by yourself. Because it's going to depend on the people around you and how they get down with their life. And if they ain't right, you gonna have to be by yourself. People will borrow money from you and then get mad when you ask for it back. See, I learned. See, another thing, you gotta learn from your mistakes. You have to learn right from wrong. Now I see how those bill collectors must felt. I got that money, I pay my rent. Bam. You know what I used to have done in the past at times? Get that money, spend that money. Now coming up short on things and looking for excuses. But see, I've learned. Don't borrow nothing you ain't gonna pay back. Now, situations come up. Sometimes you get desperate and you just want to get what you need. So you start borrowing too much. You can't pay it back. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But in order for this to be better, people going to have to change their attitudes, change their mentality. Change is the key for the United States to be better. You got serial killers running around here. People don't even know how to defend themselves because they too lazy to learn some of them. I mean, come on, man. This job that I got right now, it's easy. It's gonna be easy to move on because what I experience, I can do that anywhere. I can experience that anywhere. People sneaking in so they can find something to say to me. Bunch of people insulting me. I work in these jails. I could deal with this anywhere. I like warm weather. I like the sun. So why would I deal with that and blizzards when I could go deal with it in heat? I'd rather be hot than cold. And like I'm telling you, you got to be to the point where if something is not good enough for you, you got to have a standard. A lot of people done lost their standard. That's the last thing I want to mention. A lot of Americans don't have no standard, or they have too much of a standard. Either they're conceited, arrogant, and cocky, or they have low self-esteem. They're depressed. It's like either or, one of the extremes. And we got to get better from that type of stuff, man. Because you'll overstay or you'll leave too quick. In my case, I'm going to stack them chips and I'm going to move around. Because if somebody's always well, forget them. Everybody know, when you in corrections, there's going to be people that you like and dislike from the subjects and the staff. But the thing with the staff is they got to give you the room to grow. And they got to be uniform as much as possible. And they got to be fair. When they not, you be like, cool. Like you be like me. I could go deal with that anywhere. I'm getting older now. I want to be in warm weather. And on that note, I'm going to close. We can get better in this country, y'all. But it's an individual thing.